Hello, it's Clive Coburn here. The Dick Grove Music Workshops was a little school in a huge valley. The San Fernando Valley has several cities, and Hollywood is either in it or very close by. My teacher Dick Grove's main legacy in his life was his teaching, actually, more than all the arranging he did as a television arranger. There were no fancy dreamy ideas at that school. Those are for your own imagination, but the course teaches you so much that you can write whatever you imagine. And Dick taught in a way that students would never make a fool of themselves in front of a band or orchestra. They'd always know what they were doing and why. In the second 6 months of the school year, we learned a different style of music every week to arrange for the school big band. Did I talk to you about the pressure of the band and
No.
rehearsals? Right, so the routine was that you were given a piece of music on an A4 sheet of paper, and the chords and the music were always wrong. They're like you buy them in the shop. They're always wrong. And it was given on a Thursday, and by Tuesday morning you had to turn that into a big band arrangement. So 17 people all had to have a different piece of music in front of them. They had to work together, you know. And so, that was the great thing about the school, and that's why I'm glad I got my education there, because I know how to make things work, you know. Yeah. And I came back, and then I was the house arranger for Roger, which was great until he couldn't afford to pay me anymore, and I couldn't afford to live on what he was paying me. So we moved along. One week I had to write a funk chart. Funk's all about the syncopated lines of the bass guitar, and I had the afternoon bass player who wasn't as funky as the morning bass player. And I'm standing up there and saying, could you make it a little more funky, in my fruity English voice, which is what it sounded like to them. And the whole big band and the room full of students just cracked up. I hadn't realised how ridiculous I sounded to them, but it was also a fairly stupid thing to ask. I had to stay up all night for at least one night of many weekends.
All right, and this is called Fat Mama Blues.
Yeah, and what happened was that we had one of our teachers was a guy called Bob Florence, who was a blind man, and as I said before, the most dense part of the harmony in a big band is the saxes, and you got 5 different notes in an octave. I'll stop being technical here, but he thought he could make it bigger and added a trombone in there too. The effect was like someone sitting on a keyboard or piano, you know, and it's very thick harmony. I'm not serious about this music, it's just a joke. It's fun. Maybe we can't play the end of it, can we? No? Okay.
Oh, we can play the beginning of it.
Okay.
Bit of the Roger Fox Big Band with Fat Mama Blues.
The attitude of the American students who were left in the class was gutsy. Even if their chart was thrown off the stand, which was the expression, they'd go outside to the car park, maybe light up a cigarette and say, I can do better than that and I'm going to nail it next week. I like that. One remark from a teacher can destroy a student's confidence and actually change their life if they let it. That fighting reaction is so much better than putting your head in the sand and telling yourself you've done your best. But it was time to go now. That's it from me. Thanks for listening.